Hey y'all, it's Dr. Jenny from the block, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. So today's quick gem will be about emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is a really important and I think foundational social skill that helps us maintain healthy, positive, and respectful relationships within our lives. Emotional intelligence skills, I think, are something that we learn throughout our lifetime, but I don't think it's always explicitly taught to us. I know for sure it wasn't explicitly taught to me, but now that I've been practicing these skills, it's really helped me navigate my social relationships. And for today's video, we'll talk about it specifically in terms of navigating conflict, because humans by nature can get ourselves into conflict. And I think these skills really help us try to navigate them, navigate conflict in a way that helps us preserve the relationships that we care about. So the first component of emotional intelligence is emotional awareness, what we're feeling and why. It's really important when we are trying to navigate difficult conversations with people to understand what feelings we're bringing into it. And emotional awareness also extends to others, and it helps us kind of dial in on what they could be feeling as well. When we have that information, it gives us a roadmap of how to start to proceed within the conversation. Emotional awareness is really important because I don't know about y'all, but when I get really angry, I tend to want to lead with that anger. And for all of us, anger can look different. That could be cussing somebody out, shutting people down, shutting ourselves down, etc. And that's not an effective way to communicate with other people. So emotional awareness helps us first name it. What am I feeling? And then gives us space to investigate it. Okay, what's contributing to this feeling? What happened with me and this person that made me upset? What do I want them to know about how their actions impacted me? So it allows us to leverage slow thinking, which is a super beneficial practice, and I can make another video about that later. But once we're in that zone, it doesn't take away from how we feel or what we feel, but it helps us name it so that we're not just arguing with people and not really know what we're arguing about and not getting a chance to let people know how they've impacted us. Emotional awareness also helps us understand how other people might be feeling and try to create some curiosity about why they could be feeling like that. It's also helpful for like when we're in the midst of a conversation, being able to check the temperature of another person is really important. So if you notice that you're sharing, articulating what's happening with you, and the person looks withdrawn, disinterested, you can name that and be like, hey, you're not really listening and I don't feel like you're really trying to understand me, so maybe we need a pause. So that right there helps you be able to say, okay, this is probably not a good time for that conversation, so let me step back and preserve myself and let them work that out. Or if you're having a conversation and maybe you're coming off a little hot, you can check in with that person if they're looking sad or tearful, and you can ask, hey, what's going on as I'm sharing this with you? And that creates an opportunity for them to articulate their own personal experience so you can have more understanding. And so I've already started moving into it, but once you get to that emotional awareness, we have to self-regulate. So once we know what we're feeling, we need to ask ourselves, what do we need? Am I too angry right now to have a conversation, or am I good to go? Am I too sad and shut down to try to engage? And what do I need to do to take care of myself so that I can enter this conversation fully present and ready to address the issue? So emotion regulation could look anything like taking a walk, taking, a time out from the person. It could be asking to schedule the conversation for another day when you've had some time to decompress, talking to a trusted friend, journaling, etc. The list is endless. Whatever you do to regulate yourself, you need to tap into that so that you can re-enter the conversation ready to go, ready to talk through it. Another huge piece of emotional intelligence is our ability to empathize with others. Any person that's a psychologist, a mental health professional, a clinical social worker knows the importance of empathy. We're taught empathy because people come to us to feel seen, heard, and validated. And even when we're in the midst of conflict with people, what helps us humanize each other is being able to try to perspective take, try to understand why they maybe behaved in that way or why they're feeling the way that they do. It doesn't mean that it negates how you feel heal or changes the harm, or at least the behavior, right? But it allows us to try to understand so that we can work through it together. So all these components are really vital for emotional intelligence, and really the outcome of us using these skills is relationship management. And relationship management is, the ability to sustain relationships even through conflict. Once we're able to exhibit these skills, we show people that, hey, we can endure really difficult moments together, and that actually strengthens relationships when people are able to navigate conflict and come out on the other side successful. So these are some things to keep in mind. I'll add a link in the description box so you can check out a website that can teach you and you can learn more about some micro skills to help you really learn this. And like I say, practice makes permanent. So we're not looking for perfection. We're humans. We will not always be able to show up as our best selves when we navigate conflict, but even if we don't, we can use these skills to repair that misstep. And emotional intelligence helps us reduce stress, helps us give us a path forward with people, to understand each other's humanity, and to work around the natural challenges and pitfall that comes from being humans. So that's all I have for today's gym. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. If there are any additional strategies or insights, wisdom that you want to share, drop that down below. And yeah, I just want to thank y'all for your time. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can be alerted when I'm dropping these gems. And I'll catch you on the next video. All right, y'all. Bye.